From Playing the Enemy, Nelson Mandela and the Game That Made a Nation, by John Carlin. The President and the Captain. Dressed in a dark suit and tie, Pienaar entered through a small door at the building's west wing, ducked through a metal detector, and presented himself before two policemen waiting for him at a desk behind a green-tinted window of thick bulletproof glass. Both being Afrikaners, they immediately started engaging him animatedly on rugby. The policemen dropped him off at a small waiting room, bare save for a table and some leather chairs, into which stepped Mandela's personal assistant, a tall, imposing black lady called Mary Mixadana, who asked him to take a seat and wait a moment. He sat in the room alone for 5 minutes, his palms sweating. I was incredibly tense as the moment arrived when I would meet him, he recalled. I was really in awe of him. I kept thinking, what do I say? What do I ask him? Pienaar looked around the large wood-paneled office, vaguely registering a blend of decor, old South African and new, ox wagon watercolors side by side with shields of leather hide and wooden African sculptures. Mandela broke in. Do you take milk, Francois? In less than 5 minutes, Pienaar's mood had been transformed. It's more than just being comfortable in his presence, Pienaar recalled. You have a feeling when you are with him that you are safe. Pienaar would not have guessed it at the time, but winning him over, and through him, enlisting the rest of the Springbok team, was an important objective for Mandela. For what Mandela had reckoned, in that half-instinctive, half-calculating way of his, was that the World Cup might prove helpful in the great challenge of national unification that still lay ahead. Mandela never made his purpose overt in that first meeting with Pienaar, but he did edge closer to the main theme when he switched the conversation to his memories of the Barcelona Olympic Games, which he had attended in 1992 and recalled with great enthusiasm. He talked about the power that sport had to move people, and how he had seen this not long after his release in the Barcelona Olympics, which he especially remembered for one particular moment, when he said he stood up and he felt the whole stadium reverberating, said Pienaar, in whose mind Mandela was seeking to plant the first seeds of a political idea. Francois Pienaar was the captain of rugby, and if I wanted to use rugby, I had to work with him, Mandela said. I concentrated in our meeting on complimenting him for the role which he was playing, and which he could play, and I briefed him on what I was doing about sports and why I was doing so, and I found him a highly intelligent person. The time had come, as Mandela explained to his guest, to abandon the old perception of the Springbok rugby team as enemies and see them as compatriots and friends. His message was, let us use sport for the purpose of nation building and promoting all the ideas which we think will lead to peace and stability in our country.